And taking things out of order on our agenda, we have representatives from the Sheriff's Department, including the Sheriff himself. Good, Grant, would you like to introduce those items, and also one that is on Mark's agenda as well?
Gene has those on the purchasing agenda, if that's what you're here to talk. That's okay. Gene, do you want to take your purchasing items for the Sheriff out of order?
Yes. We have a budget transfer for 2013. That is the Sheriff, $46,300. It's going from salary to supply, and that's for quartermaster items for C&G. And the Sheriff, $15,000 is going from salary to service for Leslie Coombs contract.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll move to approve the budget transfers for 2013 on behalf of the Sheriff.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the 2 budget transfers for 2013. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
And there's the
Second page, Gene.
three agreements.
Okay, we have an agreement under the Sheriff. The President of the Board needs to sign 3 agreements effective 1/1/2014 to 12/31/2014. It's coming from the Justice Sales Tax Fund. It's a 2014 service agreement for subscriber units, that's the radios, with BNC Communication, $46,223.04. A 2014 maintenance agreement on SAG, what is it, SAG? 77 sirens and control system, 6 Motorola portable radios at $3,336, and a 2014 maintenance agreement on 15,800 mobiles and 15 sirens and control system, $1,674.
Entertain a motion.
I move to approve of the 3 agreements and authorize the President of the Board to sign the agreements from the Justice System Sales Tax Fund for the 3 stated items for the Sheriff, which include a service agreement, a maintenance agreement, and a maintenance agreement for sirens and control systems.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the 3 agreements as stated. Sheriff, since you're here today, would you like to briefly tell us about these agreements?
Yes, these are standard agreements. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen of the Commissioners Board, Mr. President, these are standard agreements that we enter into every year with BNC Communications, Motorola, and for service to our infrastructure system, which we talk a lot about, that we share with the City of Canton and communications throughout the county. So these are pretty much standard, but we do have to have them in place so that we keep the system operating properly.
Thank you. Any questions? We have a motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. And then Martha, we have an item for the Sheriff on your agenda, please.
Yes, I have a contract with Krugliak Wilkins with Leslie Coombs for the year 2013 and 2014 in the area of negotiation of the labor agreement not to exceed $15,000.
Move to adopt a resolution for contract for services labor agreements for the Stark County Sheriff, Krugliak Wilkins, Griffiths and Doherty Company, LPA.
Second.
A motion and second to approve the contract for labor services agreement with Leslie Coombs. Is there any discussion? Sheriff, and again, what negotiations does this cover for this coming year?
Mr. President, we're currently in negotiation with the Deputies Union, which represents about maybe about 100 deputies right now. And then next year in July, or just before July, we'll start negotiating our line staff contract, which will expire in July 1st of next year. So a couple contracts. We have a total of 4 contracts within the Sheriff's Office. 2 we've already completed this year, and then 2 we have yet to complete.
Thank you.
You know, now if you keep calling him Mr. President, he's going to have you come in every meeting.
Is there any other questions for the Sheriff? We have a motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. I think, does that conclude our business for the Sheriff? Give the opportunity to get out of here while you can. Go make some arrests down and maybe in the bar area.
Give him why he said it out of
Go ahead.
Yeah, if I may, I'd like to ask a couple questions. What is our current population in the jail, inmate population, and where are we on deputy
Glad you asked
hires?
that question. We're at about 416 right now.
Okay.
Okay. Every day I get an update, as we all do on our command staff, to keep track of what our inmate population is. And it's around the holiday, surprisingly, it's been a little lower than what we usually are. We're usually pushing about 440, 450. But around the holiday, I think people, maybe they behave themselves a little bit better, I'm not sure, but we want to be out for the holiday. So we're at about 415, 416 right now, and it varies because we transported about 40 inmates today to court. So we'll probably add a few and lose a few. So that's where we are. We're currently working on getting up to that 501 capacity, which we had talked about nearly a year ago. Right now we have about 20, training commander, we have about 25 new employees that have to go through a state mandated course to be able to operate in the jail. So we're doing the hands-on type of training, and then we have 3 academies set up for next year that will get those folks trained and any new folks that we bring on. So we're on our way to getting up to where we need to be.
We feel pretty good about meeting the 501 bed
Yes.
promise?
Yes, we'll get there.
Okay, great.
Absolutely.
Are you asking him to promise, or are you talking about our promise?
Well, our promise to the
Just also-
people was that we were
it's
going to
just
get
also-
there, but we need his help to
It's
get
just also
there.
confusing to me.
Your promise is my promise. We're working on that.
It's our commitment to the
We have
taxpayers.
that commitment as well at the sheriff's office, and we, every day, we work on that and training and hiring new folks to get them in place. As you know, we've been working very hard on getting the 911 dispatchers in place, and when I leave here this afternoon, I'll have a meeting in my office and make some decisions on doing some hiring there for some dispatchers to keep that piece going. So, had a lot of balls in the air this year, and we're keep juggling and keep things up in the air and keep going.
And a couple little bumps in the road along
Bumps in
the
road,
way.
Took a little hiatus for a while.
And could you do me one more? Could you shoot that animal off of her left shoulder?
We'll have to refer her to animal control.
We thank you for all the service from the sheriff's department this year, and we wish
Thank you.
all of you, a healthy and prosperous 2014. And thanks to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.